Please be seated. Please be seated. Vice President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, His Excellency Professor Yemi Oshibanjo, SAN, GCON. The Senate President, Federal Republic of Nigeria, His Excellency Senator Ahmed Lawan, the Speaker of the House of Representatives, Federal Republic of Nigeria, His Excellency Femi Gbajabiamila, the President-elect, Asiwaju Ahmed Tinubu, and his amiable wife, Senator Oluremi Tinubu, the Vice President-elect, Alhaji Kashim Shettima, Secretary to the Government of the Federation, Mr. Boss Mustafa, National Security Advisor, Major General Babagana Mungono, retired, all the service chiefs here present, including the IGP, Usman Akali Baba, CFR, the National Chairman of the APC, Alhaji Abdullahi Adamu, Your Excellencies, Executive Governors here present, members of the Federal Executive Council, top government officials here present, senators of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, members of the House of Representatives, the chairman of INEC himself and national commissioners and secretary to the commission, distinguished members of the political parties that are here, including executive members, gentlemen of the press, my lords, temporal, spiritual, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of the Independent National Electoral Commission, I welcome you all to this very important ceremony. Last Saturday, Nigeria conducted its presidential election, successfully conducted its presidential election, and early this morning, the Chief Electoral Commissioner of the Federation and the returning officer at the presidential election, who is also the INEC Chairman, Professor Mahmoud Yakubu, declared the candidate of APC as the winner. It's in that light that we are here today, this afternoon, simply to present the certificates of return to the President-elect, Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, and the Vice President-elect, who's also the former governor of Borno. With that, Chairman of INEC, I will simply invite you to make a few remarks, and then I will invite the President-elect and the Vice President-elect to step up to collect their certificates of return. Okay, I've been advised to simply invite the President-elect to step up to collect the certificate. Thank you. It's my pleasure to now invite the Vice President-elect, Alhaji Kashim Shettima, to step forward and collect his certificate of return.
Yes, you cannot block me. There's nobody. The announcer is not. The announcer is
Thank you, please. Now that the President-elect and the Vice President-elect have collected their certificates of return, it's my pleasure to invite the President-elect to make a few remarks, please.
Your Excellency, the Vice President, Yemi Osibajo, Professor Yemi Osibajo, the Vice President-elect, Senator Kashim Shettima, Your Excellencies, our respectable governors here present, the Secretary to the Government of the Federation, Mr. Boss Mustafa, our dear INEC Chairman, Professor Mahmoud Yakubu, and the National Commissioners here present, Honorable Ministers and members of National Assembly, particularly the Senate President and the Speaker. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, please permit me to stand on the previous protocol enumerated here. You all have my respect and courtesies. As I hold this certificate, this moment is one of the celebration and gladness for us all. The road has been long, yet we walk it. The battle has been hard fought, yet we won it. But more importantly, I realize that I'm just a servant of the larger purpose. You see, this is more than a document of certificate of election, confirming the positive outcome of an election. This important document symbolizes our collective democratic attainment and even loftier aspirations. It represents the impending transfer of most sacred duty and trust from one person to another. At its most sublime, this certificate also symbolizes that each of you has the ability to achieve what other believes is impossible for you to achieve. I stand before you as the President-elect, and yes, that is special. But I am not different than any one of you. If I can do this, You even can do it better. You must do better. Our destiny as a people and a nation depend on our ability to share the artificial restrictions of bias and prejudice so that we live fully onto our democratic creed that no one is innately superior or entitled to greater rights and opportunities than any other Nigerian. Very soon, this nation shall witness a young person standing before you, holding this great symbol of democracy and national leadership. We shall see a woman standing before you, holding this certificate as its owner. We shall experience someone from a tribe that many people have tried to dismiss as somehow beginning to disqualify for this high office. By dint of hard work, determination, and unyielding belief in a noble endeavor, you can achieve the best of things. There are young people listening to me right now who shall one day be the leaders of our precious and exceptional democratic republic. Thus, by taking this certificate, I assume a sacred duty I shall never ignore. To you, the people, especially the youth, I will work day and night. I will work to the utmost best of my ability to make Nigeria better. For this to be a victory at all, it cannot simply be a victory for one man or even one party. It must become a victory for all Nigerians who are committed to a greater society. I know many did not vote for me, and you are disappointed that your candidate is not where I stand now. I understand. You are hot. Your anger, disappointment. I extend the embrace and comfort of one family member to another. This great project called Nigeria beckons to us all. It is bigger and more important than any partition divide. To my supporters, I ask you to continue to have faith in the mission that we have articulated. Though those who didn't support me, I ask that you not allow the disappointment of this moment to keep you from realizing the historic national progress we can make by working together. We must join hands in this common endeavor to pull the nation through. In a phrase, I'm asking you to work with me. I may be the president in an election, but I need you more importantly. Nigeria needs you a lot more than just one person. My heart, my door are open to you. I ask you to come in so that we may begin the task of rebuilding our national home together, day by day, brick by brick. Where there is poverty, let us create prosperity and jobs. Where there is hunger, let us feed the people, chasing the hunger from our midst. Where there is no scarcity, let us rediscover the abundance. Where there is brutality, we may replace it with brotherhood. Where there is violence, stock the land, we may establish peace. Where others have erected temples to hatred and bias, we may reconstruct permanent monuments to compassion and abiding affection. History will record that this day as the moment when I officially stood before you as a president-elect. However, I would like to dedicate this day and record it as the moment that we vowed to come together to make Nigeria stand shining forth as the beloved and brave republic that God created for all of us. We are committed to the progress, development, and renewed hope of Nigerians. God bless you.
Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, please permit me to recognize the presence of Her Excellency, the British High Commissioner to Nigeria, Katrina Lane. Also permit me to recognize the presence of Her Excellency, the European Union Ambassador to Nigeria, Ambassador Samuel La Isopi. Also, representative of the United Nations in Nigeria here present, as well as other members of the diplomatic corps. With the remarks of the President-elect, we have come to the end of this very important national ceremony. We thank you for coming. Let us now rise for the national anthem of the Federal Republic of Nigeria.